The term dark night of the soul has been eternalized by the Carmelite monk St. John of the Cross. He wrote a book called Dark Night of the Soul. It's very interesting. And it talks about periods in your sadhana or your spiritual life where everything is arid, dry, dull, even painful. Depression can set in. Because if you experience a lot of highs in meditation and suddenly don't experience those, there can be a reaction into depression. And that's also part of the dark night of the soul. And the point with the dark night of the soul is you simply have to push through, tolerate it and live through it. And prior to dark night of the soul, you have a minor dark night, which is the dark night of the mind, where, to begin with, the mind thinks it knows and understands what the higher levels of consciousness are. And the dark night of the mind is when the mind realizes it doesn't understand a thing. And that crushes the self-importance of the mind and can be painful because you realize you've deluded yourself all the time. And then when you come to the realization that what you thought is an illusion, you feel lost. You've got nothing to hold on to. And motivation might go away because you think, oh, I don't understand anything. This is hopeless. I might as well give up. That's the dark night of the mind. And you abhor books. You don't want to read anything because it's all twisted garbage that doesn't help you anyway and just fucks up your mind. So you become antagonistic to studying and to mind things. And that's wrong because the mind is a good tool. And it can help you push on if you read the right books, of course. And as you come out of the dark night of the mind and surrender becomes a more natural thing, love, devotion, surrender, ta-da, then you will experience a period of great meditations. But then when you reach the subtle level, the subtle I-ness, or the causal level, not the I-ness, the subtle personality or ego inherent in the causal body, the dark night comes when you realize that that is not it. It's also an illusion and something to be removed and transcended. And that feels like conscious dying. Because it feels like you have to destroy everything you think you are. That's the dark night of the soul. And I interpret the word soul as referring to the causal self, higher self, if you will, and not referring to the absolute self. Does that make sense? Yeah. Any questions to that?
Sounds like somebody's talking from experience.
Oh, yes, very much so. I always talk from experience. But I know the two dark nights inside out, believe me. It's been tough.
Do they come once or they can come multiple
Dark
times?
night of the mind can come again and again. So can dark night of the soul. Depends on what you do when it sets in. If you keep on with your sadhana and push through, if it comes again, it'll be weaker. But if you give up and resign, it'll come back again in full force until you eventually have dismantled the structures of the mind that keep you trapped. That's what the dark night is about in a positive sense. It's developing humility and a realization that you don't understand shit. And, it's just humility. And from that point, you can progress even faster. So the pain and unpleasantness of the dark night of the mind is very good, very helpful. I learned so much from all the misery of my life. When I was in it, I hated it. But now when I'm out of it, I really see what a blessing it was.
It's like purification cycles,
You can say that, yeah. But there's more to it because there's the identification part, which is very subtle. How come you think you're what you're not? Why is that our general condition as human beings? I don't have a clear answer to that, except that the I-ness just pops up out of nowhere, and all the rest is built upon that.
Is it always, when we talk about it, it sounds very clear cut, but can't it also be more subtle over time, over long periods of time?
Sure.
That these things become more transparent, and you have periods where it's really transparent, and then it fogs up a bit, and then you have.
Yeah. I just try to make it as understandable and simple as possible for practical teaching reasons.
Yeah.
But you're right. Thanks for adding that.
Because I've had periods where I feel this falls away for a longer time, but then it comes back.
Yeah.
And then subtly over time, for me, it's not extreme. Like I hear some people talk about it where it's very extreme. I was identified one day and the next day, boom, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's not my experience.
No, it sounds weird to me. It's not my experience either. It fades out. It just doesn't stop.
It's like the sadhana is like a scrub that keeps slowly scrubbing.
Plus the grace of the Shakti.
Yeah.
And meditation is nothing more than practicing and developing the ability to cooperate with the grace of Shakti. So it's not a discipline that takes you to the goal. That goes for all of the yogas. But Siddha Yoga, or Shaktipat Siddha Yoga, as I had to call it, is different because there's divine energy working in you for your liberation. And you use your practices and you have the attitude of cooperating with it. And that also includes surrender. So we don't meditate to do disciplines that scrub and anything like that. We do our meditations to help the grace of Shakti unfold more easily, and to a greater degree. And of course, there is some degree of scrubbing in that and purification in that, but it's not the main point of this sadhana. It's love, devotion, surrender. It's not love, devotion, scrub your dirt. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.